What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about some gear sets that you guys might want to be making for some of your characters in Grand Cross. Very niche sets, but I want to kind of talk about the uses that they can be for and the characters that use them. So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 35,000 subscribers, guys. We are literally 20 subs away from the 33K. If you guys have not hit the subscribe button already, man, definitely make sure to subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's hop in and go over the gear sets that I want to show you guys. Alright, guys, so the first one that we're going to be going over is going to be crit resistance. So if we actually go to one of my characters here, let's see, can I find a good example? This Elizabeth. Okay, perfect. So pretty much I do have a two-piece crit resistance set for Elizabeth, and the reason why is because on Skull and Hottie I actually did run two-piece crit resistance on the green Elizabeth because she got crit so much. If you guys are running healing Elizabeth on Skull and Hottie and you need her to not get crit resistance gear might not be a bad idea. And honestly, in PvE content, crit resistance is actually a very solid set if the boss does a lot of crit damage on you. If the boss does a ton of crit damage but you can dodge it with crit resistance by getting not crit at all, then this can be a very strong set. This is one of the sets that I actually did not think would have much value, but when using on Skull and Hottie, it was very effective, man. I was able to clear my first 3 floors of Skull and Hottie using two-piece crit resistance on my list. So pretty much I would do like HP defense, and then I had this one, it was an SSR piece I UR'd, and then this piece was actually a R piece that I UR'd, and I just re-rolled this with gold, right? So yeah, it's fairly straightforward though. Pretty much you do two-piece crit resistance and you guys just slap it on like this, and then yeah, Elizabeth is ready to go for the you know, Skull and Hottie, which this is the wrong Elizabeth, but you guys know what I mean, right? Yeah, so that is the first example of gear that you might actually want to build, crit resistance. If you struggle on Skull and Hottie, you don't have much outfits on your characters, and you need to not get crit to survive the fight, having crit resistance gear is not a bad idea, bro. It's not a bad idea at all. I want to find the other Elizabeth though. Oh, here we are. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much that's going to be the gear set right there, and that's the one that I recommend if you are actually running this green Elizabeth on Skull and Hottie. If you're running her on Skull and Hottie, I actually would recommend a two-piece crit resistance with re-rolled crit resistance stats on the rolls, because that's going to be very helpful for your fight. Moving on, guys, we do have the next set, which is going to be not like a super crazy set. But if we go to green Molassia here, we have HP lifesteal, when I can switch to it. Here we are, and then the lifesteal pieces. So the reason why you would want to run HP lifesteal on Molassia, if I can put on the lifesteal pieces, the reason why you'd want to do this is because the way green Molassia works is that in her passive here, increases allies' basic stats by 20% of the hero's lifesteal at the start of the battle, and allies become immune to ignites up to 20% basic stats total. So the total amount you can get is 20% of 100% lifesteal, which would be 20% basic stats, right? So if you actually go to the substat rolls here on my Molassia, I do have some lifesteal rolls. I think it's half and half right now. So I have 3 lifesteal here, 2 HP, and on this piece I have 2 lifesteal, 3 HP, right? And then to make up the 100%, I have the cosmetics that actually do give me the most amount of lifesteal. So we picked only the lifesteal cosmetics, as you guys can see. I don't know if you can see the number there, but yeah, you guys can kind of see the number. But yeah, and then if we go to the stats right here, you can see that she's at 101% lifesteal, so that's all you need. That's perfect. So that's gonna be Molassia there, and why you might want to run HP lifesteal. Not a very common set, but it is an available set. So that's gonna be another thing right there. Moving on, guys, we have the recovery rate gear, and you might not think recovery rate gear is good, but if we go to my Festival Diane here on the latest boss that I actually did, which was the Nidhogg clear, there have been multiple screenshots of people running 2-set recovery rate, and would I recommend recovery rate? Probably not. But does it work out on an attack piece? Yes, it does. I ran recovery rate on this rune here when I was actually doing my Nidhogg run, and it was probably one of the bigger helps in terms of me healing. Getting that extra recovery rate did help a lot. I was getting consistently like it was like 3/4 of the damage I took I got back. Also almost 100% of the damage I took I got back, which is absolutely insane with Tarmiel Link, like, right? To take that into account. And yeah, I mean, just having this having these like recovery rate rolls. So like this is not really like gear talking about, but people have run gear before. But you know, mainly just talking about recovery rate as a stat. Is going to be a very, very good stat you can run on the gear, and I think it's going to be a staple, man. So yeah, that's going to be the recovery rate on the attack piece, but also just you know, recovery rate in general. I'm gonna see if I can like pull up the screenshot of the Korean players actually running recovery rate pieces and beating thing, but I'll show you guys the screenshots. Alright guys, so here is the screenshot right here of the player that was able to beat Nidhogg here with you know, 2-piece recovery rate on their DN. It makes sense, man. I ran attack defense with recovery rate like rolls on the bottom, but if you're just running the recovery rate gear itself, then at that point you could actually like still tank fairly well. And I guess I assume the guy did have the next constellation as well, because looking at all his stats here, he had like 20,600 attack on his trader melee. He had to have the constellation 6, right? But yeah, I mean, it is a viable set and does actually work, so I just thought I would make note of it, guys. So recovery rate on DN. Alright guys, moving on to the next set that I want to talk about, which is going to be a 4-set crit chance set. And the reason why you would want to make a 4-set crit chance set is for your boy Slater. The reason why you want to build this is because Slater, if you guys don't know, the SR Slater, by the way, for his passive decreases all enemies' crit resistance by the value of the hero's crit chance at the start of the battle. And this is a very niche set only for Slater, but if you do make this set for Slater, you only have to reroll the top pieces. Just make sure you get the max amount of crit chance possible, and you can make them like common gear if you want. I UR'd them, I don't know why, but I guess to just make sure it's on Slater. But for the actual other crit chance pieces, you can just make sure they're like SSR just so he tanks better, and then you can do like 2-set defense, and that's perfect. But yeah, pretty much you're running 4-set crit chance to get the 30% extra crit chance, alongside the fact that you're rolling it with crit chance, so that when you run Slater on a fight that's like a you know, like a mini boss or like an event boss or anything like that, pretty much Slater's able to just lower their crit resistance to the point where if you bring like an ultimate Escanor or like a Trader Melee, like any other DPS character, he's gonna shred the resistance so that you can basically guaranteed crit the boss you are facing. So this is a set that's like mainly for like event type bosses, guys. Not gonna be like a demonic beast teams unit or whatever, but it is not that bad, and I think it's definitely a gear set you guys might want to, you know, invest in. You know, definitely give it some of your mats. Alright guys, and the last set that I think is a viable set on, this is a less niche set, but actually more useful on a lot of other characters. If you actually go to my Tarmiel here, the next set we're actually going to talk about is triple defense, which is not a very common set. We actually, oh wait, now that reminds me, I actually have one more set that I want to talk about. But yeah, we have triple defense here, guys. And triple defense, the reason why you'd want to run a triple defense set is for a character that scales off of defense. It only makes sense. You could run it on a character that also just is like Tarmiel, where, you know, he heals based on defense. But pretty much you want a character that scales off defense. So you have like Tarmiel, you have like Raftalia, you have like now Fumi. You know, just any of those characters that have like defense scaling, like a triple defense set's going to be a very, very solid option. Moving on, guys, we do have the final set, which, you know, I didn't think, I thought the triple defense one would have been final, but we actually do have a final set here, which is triple crit damage Jericho, or triple crit damage in general. I used to have the triple crit damage pieces, but right now I only have attack crit damage, but pretty much you would run triple crit damage for a nuking build. Back in the day, on Jericho at least, everyone used to run triple crit damage and or attack crit damage, either or. They both pretty much equated to like the same amount of damage, but it wasn't a bad set. It was not a bad set at all. So triple crit damage was an option. You get a total of 60% extra crit damage, on top of the fact that, you know, your Jericho is probably already like maxing out her crit rate, and then she would be able to nuke. So this is one of the like older sets. I don't know if I'd recommend nowadays someone build a triple crit damage, because as you guys can see, I kind of lost the pieces. But I did used to have a triple crit damage set, as you can see, because the top pieces I have here are crit damage right here, which usually my gear sets, whenever I do make them, they are always with the middle pieces being the you know, the interchangeable, right? So the defense. So But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it in terms of like, you know, weird gear sets you could like make for your characters. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any like weird idea gear sets for characters that actually work. Let me know, because I know recovery rate gear is now actually kind of useful sometimes, and then also like the crit resistance gear I feel like is definitely useful too. So, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. That's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.